Good night to you, sirs. First of all, I would like to thank you both for being here tonight. We know that you are both big Wasl fans, and I'd like to hear from you first your name. Glenn, I'll start for you. Your name and your age, and where do you come from?
Hi, my name is Glenn Milne. I'm from Stirling in Scotland in the UK. I'm 47 and I've been in Dubai now for 2.5 years.
So you are enjoying your time here at Dubai?
We love living in Dubai, yes. So different from back home in the UK.
What's your profession right now?
I am a consultant in the procurement industry was construction, but any kind of procurement.
Gordon, what about you? What's your age?
Yes, good evening, Pedro, Rashid. I'm Gordon Visit. I'm from Aberdeen in Scotland. I'm 50 years old and I've been in Dubai now for coming on nearly 11 years. I work in the oil and gas industry.
You're a big Al Wasl fan. How do you get to Al Wasl?
Very, very big fan. I've been in football all my life. My grandfather played football, my dad played football. I played football, and everywhere I've went in the world I've found a football club, and I was very, very fortunate to meet a good friend of mine, Abeid Ben Aber, who took me to Al Wasl club and took me to the family, and from the first day he took me to this club I've very rarely missed a game, and I find it very, very hard to stay away from the club, and it's been very good to me. I don't like going out to discotheques and bars and stuff, and football is a big, big part of my life. I mean, my family and friends say I'm football crazy, but that's an understatement, and I've travelled all over the Emirates following Al Wasl.
Do you remember your first day here at the club?
My first game, first day at the club was with Abeid Ben Aber. I was a coach back in Scotland, had all my SFA coaching courses, and at the time Al Wasl were bringing in a lot of children, and I used to come in the evenings and help out coaching, and that was my first introduction to Al Wasl, and my first match was against Al Ahly here at Zabil, and the first thing I loved about Al Wasl, I'd went to various games here, Al Nassr, Jazeera, in Abu Dhabi. I went to see Al Ahly club, I stay in Mirdif, I went up to see Dubai club, and it just wasn't there. I think when you go to a football match, you want to escape from your daily life. And the first game I came to Al Wasl with Abeid Ben Aber at a match, I felt like I'd came home. I was the singing, I was the atmosphere, and I went home, and I've never stopped coming, Pedro and Rashid, to be honest.
Glenn, what about you? Do you remember your first match?
Yes, my first game here was against Al Jazeera, early in Diego Maradona's reign. In fact, it may have been the first game. I was fortunate enough, a friend of my child's mother works for the UAE and she managed to get me and my son 2 VIP tickets. And we came to the game and we sat in the stand, and we loved it. My son and I have gone to football since he was 4 years old. He's now 14, and I was fortunate enough to meet Gordon, and Gordon asked me 2 questions in the first meeting that we had, and the first question was, "Oh, where are you from? And do you like football?" If you like football, come bring your son to Al Wasl, and we come as often as we can. Unfortunately, I was working in Saudi and I was working in Doha, and I didn't get a chance to come as often as I would like. But when the games are on, and my son and I come with Gordon, and we love it. The people, as Gordon has already said, and I like it again, the people are just so friendly. Abeid, Haroon, everyone, you know, comes up and shakes your hand and says hello. And my son speaks a little Arabic to them. He's learning at school, and you can see the delight in the guys' faces when they make an effort to join in, and there is a community feel and a great friendship. when you come
Can
to
we
a
say
rugby.
you feel like you're at home here?
Yes, yes, very much at home. Very much.
Gordon, you're also Aberdeen fan. Right?
Yes, I used to play for Aberdeen as well, Rashid, when I was younger.
Yeah, there are some points in common between Aberdeen fans and Wasl fans about the passion, about the songs.
Yes, great comparisons. Aberdeen, when I supported them as a youngster, and when my grandfather played for them and my father played for them, they were like our Wasl are at the moment. They were struggling to get up to the top, but the fans, win or lose, some games, the mighty Celtic and Rangers in Scotland beat us 7-0, but not one Aberdeen supporter left the stadium. Win or lose, and it was a family, and that's what really got me to Wasl. It was like a family, and I do now. I mean, that's coming up for 6 years of being at Wasl, and I'll be honest to everybody at Wasl. Some of my best friends in Dubai are at Al Wasl Club, and the similarities with Aberdeen supporters and Al Wasl supporters are well in comparison. It's fantastic.
What your best moment here in Wasl?
I think,
remember it?
yes, never forget it. It was a 2010 GCC Cup. When the Al Wasl fans weren't allowed to attend, I travelled to Saudi for the game, the first leg, and the second leg, the Al Wasl fans weren't allowed to, for reasons, they weren't allowed to enter the stadium and watch the team. And even though we never saw the game, after the match was fantastic. Some people say I was maybe 20,000 people outside Zabeel. I reckon I was more like 30,000. One of the best nights I've had in Dubai. Really fantastic.
What about you, Glenn? Same question to you. Best moment?
Best
you
moment,
had, you had in Al Wasl?
Was probably coming to the first game and feeling just the friendship and the hospitality of the club. It was very good. You were made to feel so welcome.
Right from there, you had a strong connection with the club.
Yes,
and
definitely.
fans.
The first game, as I say, my son and I came, and then after that, all the other games we come with Gordon, and we sit in with the fans and the singing and the chanting and the drums and the whole atmosphere is very, very good.
A few moments ago, you spoke about the Maradona's era. Now we are in a different era, as you know. What do you think about the club in the present time?
The club is developing. The game on Friday night was very good. The team dug in very deep. The first half, or at half time, we thought, there wasn't need to dig in, and then they got the 3 goals, and the game finished more comfortable than it probably was. But any football you go to and you see goals, that's what the fans come to see, and it's always good. And when you get 4 or 5 goals in a game, you have to go home happy, win or lose.
Gordon, you've been here for much long time. How do you feel about the present of the club comparison with the past?
I mean, I've been quite fortunate. Pedro and Rashid have saw success at Al Wasl, and one of the things that I loved about this club was similar to Aberdeen and other small clubs I played for. Sometimes when they weren't at the heights, they were the underdog, and I've seen home and away Al Wasl down 2-0 and 3-0, but in every Al Wasl fan, we always knew they were coming back, and it was amazing to watch. I think, as Glenn touched on there, that they are going through a transition period. I think Al Wasl need, I can see a good future at the club, and I'll keep supporting them. But I think one of the important things it's got to come back to this club is the family and the passion. Right from the people that make the tea here in the club, and everybody is liked in the club, and it's with spending so much time in football myself, it's like I'm 50 now and I can't go back to being 18 again, but the football club is my home. And even though I'm working out of the football environment, I miss the football club. But the passion that Al Wasl used to have, I mean, I've seen us down 3-0 against Jazeera and beating them 4-3, and you could feel it between the supporters, you could feel it on the pitch, and it used to be fantastic to watch.
About the present time, Len, what do you think it's missing right now at Al Wasl that can be improved?
I think making the public more aware of when and where the games are going to be played, kick-off times. There is sometimes a confusion. Games are changed at very short notice and moved location. I mean, when we were driving in tonight, Gordon and I were discussing going to Wasl Kema on Friday night, and then we discovered when we come into the ground tonight that the game's here locally in Dubai. You know, so there has to be a way of communicating that to the public. The hardcore fans like Gordon will always know, but the people on the edges need to be more aware. There has to be an improved way of communicating with all the fans and the potential fans in the future that you can bring into the club.
Gordon, you're both expats here in UAE and in Dubai. What do you think about expat community involvement in the club?
It's important because I believe it's important, but again, it's Al Wasl, it's the Emirati People's Club, it's the Al Wasl Club. Do we want this beautiful club saturated by Western people? I think one of the things that I've learned at this club, I've got good friends. I've now got I find it very important, not that I was ignorant of it before, but being friendly, good friends, it's made me as a person understand the local people more, their families, the culture, and we've had some great discussions, going to Dafra for 4 hours with cars and buses, learning about each other's cultures, and we're really the same, but just small differences, and it's really opened my eyes, to be honest. It's great. I think if you commit and give a bit of time to really get to know the local people, I think the expats will really see a different population and perceive in their minds.
And what are you expecting for this season about the team?
I think the club needs something. I still believe, Rashid, that they've got the players. Al Wasl Club have got the players. There's no question about it. They've got the players. We've proved it against the big clubs, Jazeera, Alain. We've proved it. We seem to fail against the small clubs. I think if we can add a bit of consistency, I would like to see Al Wasl finish in the top 4, and and then progress from. Maybe we'll get lucky, inshallah, and win the championship. But I feel this year Al Wasl needs a cup. They really need a cup, because I've seen so much Al Wasl supporters leave the club, and I've seen some of them follow in other clubs when they travel away, and it's sad. And I feel the club, for everybody, needs something this year. Maybe a top 3 finish, or maybe GCC Cup or the President's Cup. I really feel that even with the players we've got just now, Al Wasl can do it. There's no problem there.
Len, same question to you. What do you think about the team? How the team will manage through the championship and through the rest of the season?
There's a few injured players. If and when we can have them back, if we can keep Donda fit, because the team missed him badly last season, then the top 4 finish is what has to be targeted. But I think the club has had a bit of turmoil the last few seasons. There's been a rapid change of coaches. and maybe we just need the stability. If we can get the top half or higher, win a cup, as Gordon said, then the success will breed success, and hopefully that will encourage more people to come along.
Both in terms of clubs and football, you have both European experience, and now you are in UAE. What, in your opinion, what is the main differences between Europe and UAE in terms of both clubs and football?
I think Pedro and Rashid for me is the way the professional player adapts to being a professional player. I was quite fortunate in my life to, as a young guy at 16-year-old at Aberdeen, to have Sir Alex Ferguson as my manager, and he changed my life. Even though my career came to an end 4 years due to injury, not only football, the way you handled yourself, the way you looked after your body, the way you spoke to people, the way you treated the club, treated people. I really think the players here really need to become more professional. It's not a hobby. If it's a hobby, play amateur football, but to be professional football, regardless of what material things you've got, if you want to be the best, you've got to work it to be the best. And one of the things I learned as a youngster in football is you put in effort. What you put into football, you will get out. And I think the professional players here really need to take the next step and become basically eat and sleep professional.
What about you, Glenn? What do you think?
The differences I see is the game here is much more technical compared to watching the football I watched in Scotland. There doesn't seem to be, it's not as physical, and it doesn't seem to be as passionate. But the technical skills of the players have been very impressed with. But as Gordon said, on the professionalism and the attitude, the effort sometimes doesn't appear to be there. It may be a cultural thing that I haven't picked up on yet, but there are times and we chat when we're watching the game, oh, if that had been Scotland, it would have been a full-blooded tackle rather than, you know, the defender standing off or whatever. But yeah, there are slight differences, but the football is good to watch, and I think most of the UAE teams would hold their own, and certainly in the Scottish football, maybe lower down in the English leagues, but certainly in Scottish football, the teams would hold their own.
In your opinion, which one was the best Wasl player you saw playing?
Of the time I've been here, Donda has definitely been the best.
Gordon, same question to you.
I was very, very fortunate to see Zuhair Bakit in person and playing, and also in videos, and seeing him playing football was, if all Wasl could get a player like that, he used to spur the team on, and the unique thing about him, when things were down, he had this great ability just to get people into the game. It was great, and brought great things to Wasl, to be honest. But I think football people, every player that plays for Wasl, in my mind, is important.
In terms of future for the club, what's your hopes and dreams?
For me personally, Pedro and Rashid, it's quite nostalgic for me, because as a youngster supporting Scottish football and playing, our stadia used to be like this, and then there was the transition into mega stadia. So coming to the games here is like a nostalgic step, where you're close to the team, you're close to the players, and you see this big changes in football now, the big stadiums and the outlets. It's good, but I think Al Wasl is one of the clubs here, I think it will take the front, to be the front runners in developing stadia and things in the UAE and beyond.
Same for you, Glenn. What do you think about the future? What's your hopes and dreams for Wasl?
I would like to see more expats coming to the game from all sides, not just the Western ones. We have seen Filipino, we've seen Asian people at games, visitors coming. We had a chat one afternoon to a very nice young American chap who was here on an exchange, and he had come to the game to see the soccer, as he called it. And you know, it's just one of the great things of Dubai is the diverse culture, the multitude of nationalities, and meeting new people at the game is one of the great things. We both love to chat to people, and meeting new people is really one of the attractions.
That's good.
I think as well, Pedro, and Rashid, if I can add
Thank you
one more
very
thing.
much. Thank you very much for
Can I come back to the expat question as well?
Yeah.
Because I think what Gordon was speaking about was most of the football team.
Yeah.
And until last week, all I seen in Al Wasl was the football team, and then Gordon brought me down and we had a tour. And there's the basketball, the handball, the tennis. I've looked out the window tonight and there's the athletics. The expats, for me, and the guys I know, I play in the Dubai Amateur Football League Veterans League, and the guys from my team did not know that all these things are here. So again, not just the football club for bringing in the expats, there's that fantastic swimming pool. All these facilities are here on the doorstep, and people aren't aware.
I think Al Wasl's a club now. If they want people to come, I think it's now time for Al Wasl to go to the community and tell them how good it is here. Like Glenn says, and I spend the past few years in the swimming pool with Abed bin Abar. We're always over it. Every night I come down straight from work and go to the academy and just watch the youngsters playing football. And I could stay there for 2 hours, and it's fantastic here. It's fantastic.
So, gentlemen, I think we're done. Thank you very much for your time.